What's going on, family? It's your guy, Boro the Lucky Libra. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. As you can see by the title, we are continuing the Signs through the 8th House series with Taurus in the 8th House. Shout out to all my Libra Risers in the building. Libra Risers, where you at? Where you at? All right, so like I said in the video before, in that Aries in the 8th House video, everything with the 8th House is way more deeper, darker, intenser. All right, I don't think intenser is a word. I'm pretty sure intenser is not a word, but y'all know what I meant. Y'all know what I meant, man. Anyways, y'all over there trying to make fun of me, to tease me and shit, make me sound crazy. Listen, it's retrograde time. Mercury's retrograde. I've been having typos. I've been typing all type of typos on Twitter. You gotta give a brother a break right now, all right? So, listen. Y'all make sure to like, share, subscribe, all right? I appreciate y'all helping me grow the community. Let's circulate these gems. I'm going to give y'all a second to go ahead and do that. I'm going to give y'all a second. Yo, what up? Peace. What's up, bro? All right. That's why I fucks with y'all. I knew y'all was going to hold that down and do that for the kid. You feel me? And if you'd like to connect with the Lucky Libra, make sure to tap into my website. If you'd like to dive deeper, tap into the Patreon. Let's get right into it, y'all. Now, what is the 8th house? The 8th house rules, first of all, is a very spiritually influenced house. We're dealing with the occult, esoteric, like knowledge and wisdom here, right? Knowledge and wisdom that can change and transform your life. You got to be ready to embrace that knowledge and wisdom, because it's going to deal with a lot of things that's behind the scenes. That's what, esoteric, occult energy is dealing with. What's behind the scenes, what's hidden, okay? And it's hidden for a reason, because this energy can be intense. This energy, it could transform the life of somebody that ain't ready for it. You tell somebody some spiritual shit, some shit about the government, secret societies and shit they wasn't ready for it, that should shake them up a little bit. All right, so you got to be wise with how you pass off hidden esoteric occult like knowledge wisdom. You think back in the ancient times and shit, you think they was letting everybody just know about certain things going on in the occult? No, you had to prove yourself. You had to evolve in different stages and this, that, and the third to even be let inside certain doors, all right? There was gatekeepers for certain forms of knowledge and wisdom, all right? So that's what we dealing with in the 8th house. We're dealing with huge influence here, dealing with transformation, regeneration, rebirth, death, all right? Not just physical death, not just you exiting your physical vessel and going back to the subconscious, to the astral realm. We're talking about how you deal with putting death to things, to cycles, ending cycles, right? How you transform situations in your life, how you transmute situations, how you end things to start new things, how you evolve, expiration dates, how you shed old skin, okay? We're dealing with that in the 8th house. We're dealing with some traumas here, with some wounds here. Like I said, it gets deep in the 8th house, because this is the house we bury things at, right? We're dealing with hidden agendas, secrets in this house. We're dealing with your passions and motives in this house. All right. We're dealing with your sexual desires in this house and your desires overall. All right. And we also have an influence on shared values here, the resources of others. OK, so this will be the finances and resources of your partner, your wife, your husband, etc. Right now, Taurus in the building, Taurus in the 8th house. Taurus in the 8th house for all my Libra Rising. Now, off rip, we got to understand, Taurus is opposite here, obviously, is Libra Rising chart, right? So when we put Taurus here, anywhere Taurus is at in the chart, Taurus is at in the chart, values are going to be developed here. We have the influence of Venus. So you need to know what house Venus is in. Actually, let me start with this. You need to know what house Venus is in, because you're a Libra rising. So this is a very significant house for you as a Libra rising, right? Because your chart ruler rules this house, right? Venus is your chart ruler, rules your first house, and then Venus rules your 8th house. So this is a very significant house, a part of your life path, Libra rising. And what happens here is this house deals with transformation. This house deals with penetrating the root of an emotion, getting to the root of your subconscious, a trauma, a wound, dealing with some shadow work, observing your shadow side, right? The dark side of yourself, the subconscious, and, being able to weed out the negative things here in order to lift energies into a higher space, right? In order to bring positive transformation into your life, to evolve here. That's what we're all essentially learning how to do in the 8th house. But when you have Taurus here, this becomes a very significant house for you, Libra rising, because Taurus don't bang with no transformation. That ain't a Taurus-like thing. That ain't a Taurus-like thing. Taurus is steady, conservative, patient. It don't like shifting and changing and moving all the time. It likes staying stable and steady. So when you have situations in your life that you need to acknowledge change or transformation, this Taurus energy here may be a little stagnant, initiating that change. All right? And when we talk about things that maybe, when we look at the potential of what themes may occur for what you have to change in this lifetime, your desires, superficial matters, with Taurus here, because Taurus deal with your pleasures, right? Hold on, guys. Taurus deals with your pleasures, materialism. So when you put that into the eighth house energies can get obsessive. It takes things very deep. So you can place an unhealthy value on these things. You can be obsessive over things that bring you pleasure, that make you feel good, right? You can create extreme overindulging like habits with things involving material, shopping, food, anything that gives you a sense of pleasure. This is a shaky place here. All right. So this house is very important, Libra Rising. And it's let me not say easy, but a lot of the times Libra Risings can neglect the significance of embracing transformation in this house. So, Taurus energy is either going to devote itself towards building something, or the other extreme of Taurus can be pretty stagnant and lazy. So you got to make sure you're embracing and taking more initiative as to what you need to transform and evolve from when it comes to what you became attached to that makes you feel good. This is why with Taurus in the 8th house, you can manifest situations, because a lot of your traumas and wounds here may develop from a lack of stability, a lack of affection, a lack of care from, your family environment or whatnot. This may be something that you didn't experience early in life. So as you get older, when it comes to anything dealing with security, stability, and love and pleasure, you can overdo it. You can become attached. All right. So this is important to understand this about yourself. All right. When we look at the state of overindulgence here, with Taurus having influence on security and stability, when it comes into how you connect with others, right? Or, that when it comes to your intimate partner or whatnot, you can base a lot of things dealing with security and stability as a foundation for that relationship. So, not saying that wanting to establish a stable relationship or connect with somebody that's resourceful is an issue. That ain't an issue. But when that's the only thing that really matters the most, that's really a priority with you building a union and connection with a person, you're going to manifest quick karma here that could burn you in your ass, Libra Rising. You want to make sure you put yourself in a state where you're developing genuine connections with people, and you're not, keeping people in your pocket based off of, I'm talking about from an intimate level now, somebody you're intimately connecting with. You got them around because really the sense of stability they bring from you. Sooner or later, you may manifest lopsided situations. This person care about you way more than you do. This person catches on to certain things, or when they have a lack of finances or a lack of stability that you was leaning on, that now the situation transformed. It's the 8th house. So what we want to do is embrace where transformation is needed, and not aggravate transformative situations that we don't need to experience. And this is how you prevent a lot of other extreme transformative situations, by you being shallow in a sense and connecting with somebody for superficial reasons here with Taurus. Libra Rising will marry somebody just based off of their salary. And that's the thing about Libra. And Libra personality is charming. A lot of the times a pretty attractive individual, So you gotta be careful how you might get a little manipulative at times, Libra Rising, in order to, have somebody that you see potential in from a resourceful perspective. You know how you blind them, charm them to death in some type of shape or form to make sure you have that access to that. You know, you got to be careful of that here. So like I said, just to make sure I reiterate, there's no issue with making sure there's no issue having a standard of dating somebody, connecting with somebody that's stable, resourceful. With Taurus here, you're going to attract that. If anything, you're going to attract that. You're going to attract a partner you may do business with. You're going to attract a lot of joint investments here. You know, and it's just how you base the foundation off of these things and neglect other components that you would like to have in a relationship, right? An emotional understanding, a mental understanding, not just dealing with stability. Okay. Now, the overindulgence. I was supposed to say something about this and I just branched off to that. But y'all know me, we go all over the place sometimes. Okay. I got my notes here just in case. So once I catch a brain fart, I can look here just to make sure I ain't missed nothing. But you know how we do. We flowing, gang. So look, when it comes to the overindulgence and the obsession, anything in the 8th house can be obsessed about, right? So when we got Taurus here dealing with security and stability, okay, there can be an obsession to build that. It can be a true obsession for a Libra rising to do what they gotta do to experience some sense of security in their life. So this is what I'm saying. Because they may have experienced environments and backgrounds where they didn't feel secure in the family situation, even if the family was stable and was good financially, it may be a lack of, like I said, affection, care, of harmony being experienced. You know, so this manifests into different situations where a Libra rising becomes very obsessive of being able to obtain security and stability. So that's why it'll drive them to be in a relationship that offers that. Okay. And superficial habits. I'm telling you, Libra rising, there's gonna come times in your life where it's gonna come time. This is a very significant house with your chart ruler ruling this house. You need to know what house Venus is in. If I didn't say that in the beginning, you know what house Venus is in, because that's the house that's gonna go experience a lot of transformation and change. All right, that's the house where you may manifest connecting with certain individuals that are quote unquote resourceful. Okay, these individuals, Libra rising, when they do get into joint investments or they develop a business partner within their intimate partner, within the person they're dating, they will take control here, potentially become a bit possessive and overly controlling when it comes to the investments, checking the numbers, seeing how the business is doing, trying to influence, initiate what decisions to make with the resources and the investments and the money. So, if you dating Libra rising, y'all start making money together, they Taurus in the 8th house, they gonna be on top of it. So Libra rising, make sure you're doing that in a positive space, because you could definitely play a role where you keep things stable and organized. Taurus, keep things stable, organized. When it comes to joint investments, this time and third, it's just that it's the 8th house. Everything can go a little too deep, overly passionate, obsessive, overindulging here. Okay, so you don't want to come off to your partner like to the point your obsession to make sure stability and security is emphasized in the relationship. It comes to a point your partner may start picking up like, this motherfucker love me for me? When last time this motherfucker asked me how I'm doing, how I'm feeling? It's just did you check the account? I'm heading to the bank. I'm heading to the bank to talk to the teller about the account, the credit thing, or the investment. How much money are we bringing in from? So you gotta be careful with that shit. All right, you gotta be careful. Let's see what else. In this case, I ain't messing up. Let's see what we got over here. Okay, must evolve from material and sexual desire. Okay, let's talk about sexuality. Here. Now, this is the thing. Taurus is Venus ruled, so we dealing with Venus. Venus energy got sexual influences to it. You know, Venus deal with sexuality, sensuality, right? Taurus rules the five senses. You know, touch. You know, that's why a lot of them manifest. You know, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Taurus is manifest into like massage therapy or Reiki and all of that. They get busy with their hands. You feel me? They get busy, or they love with somebody. They love when somebody be able to touch them the right way. You know, you really want to get to a Taurus, you need to touch them slow, rub them. Listen, that ain't that video. How to seduce the zodiac sign. Don't worry, we'll get into that series. But with all that being said, with Taurus bringing this strong Venus influence to the 8th house, I gotta understand Venus influenced energies, whether it's Venus in the 8th house, Libra in the 8th house, Taurus in the 8th house. These signs, these energies, all right, Venus-like energies are pretty turbulent in this house. Because if this house is dealing with, you know, hidden agenda secrets, it rules sex, so we know it has a certain amount of intensity to it. You got to understand how you can obsess over things dealing with pleasure and sensuality. So I already told you with Taurus here, you can overindulge into any person, place, or thing that make you feel good, right? Now, when it comes into sex with the Libra rising here, Taurus can make sex a straight physical thing. Remember, this is the opposite sign. So in a house that deals with the subconscious, connection, feeling, understanding, Taurus brings a earth-like influence here. So it can have more of a rationale on things. It may not feel as deeply as it's supposed to or at all. It can be more of a user in this house. And I'm not trying, because I said user, don't look at that as negative. You know, we all got to learn how to use things in our life, use tools, use energies, use opportunities, right? But this is what makes a Libra rising, you know, they got to understand how to learn to see the spiritual significance and the subconscious effects sex brings. You know, you got to understand what's happening subconsciously or spiritually when you're building an intimate connection with somebody and engaging into intimate acts. Libra risings with Taurus in this house can look at sex as a purely physical experience, as a pleasurable experience. That's it. That's all. That's it. Ain't that deep. It was the orgasm. It was just a nut. Neglecting everything that truly comes with sex. The energy exchange. All right? So you'll have a Libra rising that has a girlfriend or a boyfriend that they dealing with for stability purposes, security purposes. They may like them, but it's more so weighing on stability and security. But then they doing their thing, getting their pleasure from other people, but it ain't no real connection. It's just like, I just getting the pleasure experience, that and the third. I ain't looking too deep into it. Boom, 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 boom. You know, they can move like that a little bit. So be careful, Libra risings. Be careful. Be careful of that. I ain't trying to say all Libra risings is cheaters, but this is the 8th house series. We can't sugarcoat nothing. This is not no PG rated shit. This shit rated R. And we get into the real. We can keep it a stack. We're going to keep it a whole stack. All right? So, shit. Like I said, Libra risings got that. They got that charm. And you got a Venus ruled first house, air ruled first house. So they're going to deal with a lot of interaction and opportunities here. So you gotta be able to understand the spiritual significance behind sex. You know, may even use sex, you know, in order to help charm a situation or help manipulate or get control over a situation with somebody with some finances or resources. Libra risings won't shy away from sex work here. They won't shy away from no sex work here. I could use sex to get from point A to B to build stability and security, especially if it comes down to that being part of the trauma in the 8th house. If that lack of stability and security, if they had lack of stability and security, they won't look at sex work as no shameful shit or no, man, I get on that pole, do this, that, and the third to get paid. Make my OnlyFans account. Let me start advertising my nudes on Twitter. God damn it. Yes. Libra Rising is sexy as shit. Okay. Can become clingy or attached to that first feel or sense of love and security in their life. May become controlling and possessing on what and who they love. So we pretty much hovered over that. But I would say the attachment would probably come more from a security stability point of view. Yes, it is Venus. So if it's a Libra rising that ain't really experience. What Libra got? Libra rising got what's in the fourth house again? They got motherfucking thing here, Capricorn. Got Capricorn in the fourth house. So when it comes into the home environment, it's very likely that there wasn't really, that it might have been somewhat of a broken home, or they had a lot of responsibilities in the home, or they was raised by one parent, or they raised by the grandparents. They went through transformations in the home. They had to be the parent at an early age. They had to look out for their siblings. So when it comes to that lack of stability, security, it may not just be more so getting attached because of the love and care. It's more so getting attached because this individual was supportive, resourceful. And it's like, damn, I ain't never really had nobody in my corner that's resourceful. I had the one that had to become resourceful for others in some type of shape or form. All right, so you got that going on. You know, this is a house that deal with the subconscious. So Libra rising, they all have earth. They all have earth in these water houses. And when it comes to Taurus in the 8th house, you know, this is what can make them, you know, could be pretty rigid, stern with the emotions. So this is what makes it a bit easier for them to deal with somebody from a security stability point of view, because they may not even dive too deep into the emotions like that, especially if they sun and moon, Venus and Mars ain't really in water houses, fire houses, water, fire signs. You know, damn near a bit cold with the emotions. You feel me? But yeah, must evolve from material and sexual desires. In some type of shape or form, it's going to happen in your life that you're going to have to learn how to discipline yourself with maybe spending habits, shopping, food, gluttonous habits. It could be sex that you overindulge in. Once again, you look at sex from just a merely pleasurable standpoint, and you're gonna have to learn how to look at it from more of a spiritual energy. And the more that you dive into your desire of sex, the more you're gonna attract, manifest, transformative situations here. You know, if you continue to look at sex from a surface level, Libra rising, and transformations is how many different ways can life change from sex? You end up having sex with somebody without building a real rapport with them, no discernment, they take advantage of you. No protection, you have a child. You catch something from. So guys, please Libra rising, please. We care about y'all. Don't want to see y'all end up in no bullshit. Now, all right. It's likely for you guys, it's likely for you guys to struggle initiating change or transformation because you may get too stagnant and comfortable dealing with the things you're overindulging in. You know, to the point life forces some transformation on your ass. You ain't got no choice. But y'all know Taurus at times be taking its time with how it wants to change and initiate things. All right, so be mindful of that. Okay. They're gonna take their time. They're gonna take their time exploring their spirit, exploring their sexuality. You know, Taurus don't rush nothing. Taurus does not rush nothing. All right. So they're gonna take their time here, pretty conservative, patient, working up to that. All right. And that's a smart thing to do. You know, you just want to be discerning here because once again, Venus don't resonate well here. So especially if you got Venus in this house, let's say you got Venus and Taurus in this house, you're going to attract a lot of sexual partners. You're going to attract a lot of sexual partners And you got to be disciplined and discerning here. You know, you guys can put yourself in a space where you'll be able to manifest opportunities where you can profit. Once again, profit dealing with your partner, or profit off others. You got the house dealing with shared resources of others. And Taurus, one of the most resourceful, reliable signs. So you could develop a lot of opportunities to connect with a person that's resourceful, that's stable. You connecting with them helps you build a brand, or helps you build a business, helps you build more structure in your life. So with Taurus here, by default, you can manifest them situations. So that's why you don't want to get obsessive, possessive, and controlling with it, because you actually are in Taurus resonating here. It actually manifests opportunities where you attract these things to do it on a positive way, within positive energy, not from manipulating state or trying to take state, Spending habits might get a little wild. You got to be careful of that too. All right. The security and stability gained from sexual intimate acts may be more important than the connection here. All right. Now, when we're talking about the 8th house and we talking about traumas, wounds, and doing shadow work, we got the Venetian influence here with Taurus. So when it comes into art and their creativity, you guys got to make sure you always continue to build that relationship with your art and creativity, because that's going to be a form of release for you. The Taurus in here, again, massages, Reiki, meditation, yoga, things to move energy around the body. But definitely things dealing with your art and creativity in some type of shape or form will always play out as a release for you. To lift up some emotional burdens, any traumas and wounds in this house. But like I said, guys, you cannot, you have to God called you to watch this video and study this energy, Libra Rising, because in this area it's just easy to neglect how deep things really go. Taurus can be just too surface level here. All right, but there's so much positive transformation to be made, a lot of stability and security to be developed, when you're not looking at security and stability from such an obsessive point of view, to the point where, once again, for your desire to build stability, you'll fuck anybody over, or, you'll manipulate a situation, or you'll date somebody just for that. All right. I had popped a pimple in my forehead earlier. I thought that shit was bleeding. I got the studded shades on. These are the 8th house shades. All right. These are my 8th house shades. I had to add a dark element into my, presentation doing this. You feel me? So these are just all things you want to be careful of here. With Taurus in the 8th house, I want to make sure I ain't missed nothing here. I was just saying the other day, I was like, I gotta watch how I deliver things. My Mercury and Scorpio ass be delivering things mad pessimistic or whatnot. I'm like, I hope I try to bring out the negative out of every placement, this, and the third, and then so it helps us get to the positive. It helps us understand how to deal with the intensity or heavy energy some of these placements bring. But talking about the 8th house, it may sound like there's a whole bunch of shit that just be sounding a little negative at times. You having Taurus here as well, there's a high potential here for inheritance here, because you got Venus energy. That's, it brings support, especially within the finance realm. And Taurus here is resourceful. So once again, the house that Venus is in, this is somewhere where the inheritance might come from. You might inherit something based off your partner's business here, because it's shared resources. So your partner's business here. So like I said, there's a lot of opportunities that you may attract here by default to, get secure and stable based off your relationships with others. But, overall, Libra Rising, you're going to have a strong drive to want to do this on your own regardless, So you just got to be very careful of how you go about doing these things, because you never got to, a lot of the things that you may be influenced to do, you don't got to do, as far as, going into extreme energies to build security. All right. So that's what we got going on here with Taurus in the 8th house for my Libra risings. Okay, y'all already know the vibes, family. Make sure to go ahead and like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a second to do that. Alrighty, you already know to tap into my website. If you like to connect with the Lucky Libra, tap into my Patreon. If you like to dive deeper, and next we'll be picking it up with Gemini in the 8th house for all my Leo risings. All right, family, until next time, peace.